So the first module is about the roles and responsibilities of a volunteer. So there are two kinds of volunteers. There's volunteers who serve hot chocolate at school, but there's also volunteers who are leading organizations such as school councils or municipal councils. There's everything from sports organizations, you name it. When you really think about who's in your community and what kind of nonprofits that there are, it's huge, it's broad, and it's extensive. So chances are all kinds of people within a community end up as a board volunteer somewhere, but maybe aren't clear on what their job is and what their roles and responsibilities are. So those of you that are here and watching this video today, I hope that there's some tips that we can share with you that make your life so much easier. So there's two types of boards. There's the type of board where you're on the board of an organization. So it might be minor hockey, but you're also the worker bees. Then there's another type of board where you're the leadership of with another group of people, that there's a president and a vice president and a treasurer, etc. But you have paid staff. So that might be a local social services type of organization within your community. Both of them have the same roles and responsibilities, but they're structured slightly differently. So the one with no staff is called an administrative board, and the one with staff is called a policy board. So your responsibility is always to do what's right in the right time for the right reasons. And you have three basic documents that guide your roles, responsibilities, and decision-making as a board member. Those three documents are the bylaws of the organization, the policies of the organization, and the strategic plan of the organization. Those are your guiding foundations. So think about them as like a concrete foundation to a house. Everything that you do has to align with those. So if you have if you're a volunteer on a board with staff, so let's say there's an executive director and there's 4 staff that work within the organization. You as a board member actually only have 1 staff member, and that's the executive director. The executive director has other staff that report to him or her. So it is not your role as a board member to micromanage anybody within the paid organization. You only have the executive director as your staff member. And that gets confusing for some people because some board members feel that their part of their role is to tell admin what to do or how to do it. That's not our role, and that puts us into some legal challenges, which we'll cover in a later video on legal responsibilities. So the board and staff relationship is very important to understand. Having job descriptions for each board position, such as the president, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, the directors, or even committee members, is really important so that we understand what we're supposed to do individually so that it fits together in a cohesive, well-oiled machine. So if you don't have those, but they may be already defined, if the organization's been around for a while, they may be in the policies. So those job descriptions would be really important as part of the orientation process to understand your roles and responsibilities. So I want you to think about all of your time as a board member or a volunteer in an organization. How were you oriented? Are you aware of those key documents? Again, bylaws, policies, strategic plan. And if you're not, might be a good idea to take a look and find them and read through them as a group so that you're all on the same page. And again, if you, there's a beautiful manual that's been put together by Community Futures Meridian Region. Contact their office if you want the manual, and it will give you some good tools and resources for your whole board. Thank you.